One. Ready. Yeah, you have a 28.
Ya está medido.
28, sí, Lucy. One and two. Now we have all the base, the 83 size and the 28.
Okay, we are set to go. So we have DOS 74 by 83 and DOS 74 by 28. 28.
These, Rick, I want to know, these, do you want inside or outside?
They're inside.
Inside. Okay.
Yeah, this is how the table gets strength, because if you fall into it this way or that way, it compresses into one of these.
Okay.
If you have it on the outside and you fall into the table and push it this way, all the weight is just on the screws, and that won't work. So it's much better to keep it built this way.
Okay, adentro.
And then where is the piece of corner? Corner piece.
Wait, yeah.
Okay. So then yes, that's what we're going to use for our corner pieces. Good piece of 1-inch hardwood. Put into each corner, so there, and over here, and over here. And then down in the bottoms to bolt into the floor, and up at the tops to bolt the tabletop down on top.
Perfect.
So while we wait for this situation to hopefully iron itself out between Colombia and Panama, we decide to take it as the opportunity to continue on with our projects, because we have wood and stuff everywhere and half-completed projects all over the place. So while it's a bit stressful not knowing what the eventual outcome is going to be with this situation, we have to keep a smile on our face and keep moving. I will tell you that we've had some feedback that indicates we may have a resolution to the situation in the not too distant future. And I know some of you are already privy to that information if you're in our SSL backstage, but remember, we have a timeline here on YouTube, so shh. Besides, you guys are lucky you get to relax and enjoy the ride, while for us, this whole experience has been a little bit more stressful. But we did take advantage to record all our projects going on at the same time, because I know some of you will enjoy the continuing saga as we transform Sophisticated Lady into our ultimate cruising liveaboard machine, capable of taking us anywhere in the world comfortably and safely anytime we're ready. So grab yourself a favorite bevy and enjoy the continued transformation of our new salon. Okay, so we got 4 pieces basically we're going to build the pedestal out of. These are the 2 long pieces that are going to come from the bench out this way. These are the 2 short pieces, or narrow pieces, that are going to formulate a cabinet like this, the pedestal. So these pieces are going to go right in here, like so. And basically what we're going to do here, I mean, we could take these pieces and we could drill holes in these and run the screws through the hardwood and into the plywood, but then you see we only have that much of a bite into the plywood, and the plywood is not nearly as dense or as hard as the hardwood is. So if we run the screws from the outside through into here, we get all that bite into the hardwood and it's going to secure itself much better. Now, of course, normally you wouldn't want to do that because the screws are going to be visible from the outside, but we are going to have some custom moldings made just like this, and this is what's going to go around the outside, and that will shield where all the screws are. So it will cover all the screws. So I'm not worried about the screw head showing. Right now, I'm going purely for strength. We want to make this thing as strong as possible because it's right in the middle of the cabin. And when you're sailing, you're walking down this aisle, if a boat, you know, if a wave throws you, you go that direction. This has to take the load. This table's always taken the load, but you can see it's built very, very sturdily. So we're gonna make this one even more sturdy. Because we can. Okay. And remember, just up to the tape. Next one.
Okay.
So it's basically the framework for just the pedestal. So we can frame up these holes now. We'll get the back side mounted. We can frame up the holes for the front, but I want to put it together yet because we're still going to cut a big access hole in the front of it. And that's going to be where we have an entry into the two shelf areas. So when it's underneath here as the pedestal, you'll be able to open it up and it'll be all storage inside.
Wow.
And then the big piece of teak is just going to sit right on top of it. This is going to be over here, and this piece will be bolted right into the front of the new cabinet. So the two of them will be sandwiched together, and that will further reinforce the whole structure. And then the big piece of teak laid out right on top. So we're getting there. You need to start drilling holes in this. Okay? Now, with this side, we're going to stagger the screws. So we've got 4 on that side, but this is the one we want the most screws on. So we're going to put 1 in each end, 1 in the middle, and then 1 between.
No. See.
Have the second shelf up there?
Yep. Out of bait?
See.
Oh,
Yeah.
wood.
Madali na sa laruan. Kanina, sa laruan madali na.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to need to pull these out of the way. The two green ones. Empty at least. And that should do. Right down with the socket.
Yep.
To loosen them, and then we should be able to back them off with the screwdriver up here. Screw gun.
And we'll probably have to go through.
Yeah, but even this side's not going to give access to those. They're right into this support.
Oh wow.
So I wonder if they just use wood screws into that part or what? Getting her done, Rick.
Oh yeah. And that one's off.
We're almost there. That's almost 4 of them. And the other 2 are hopefully just into this beam, because you can see the screws are lined up in this beam right here, the main support arch. So hopefully those ones are just wood screws, otherwise I don't know how we get to them. Let's
Okay.
move this.
You want the other bulky hammer?
Well, let's
Or
see.
the sledgehammer?
First we try leverage. Those ones are loose. Those ones are loose. Okay.
Good.
3.
Or he's getting this out of here.
Well, if we need to, we can take these screws off the bottom and just take this whole piece of wood off, separate it from the base. Just like so. Good.
No, that's good.
Oh, really?
Watch this.
Toes.
Small.
Maybe.
You got to work with now.
Mm-hmm.
Listo el pollo. Hay un martillo. El martillo está por ahí. ¿Va? Solo eso con esa raya, la de adentro.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Bueno, tornillos. Como que llégalo acá. Espérate y...
Yeah.
Exacto. Ahí está, sí.
Yeah, it's not quite on the. Can't quite thread it. Hold on.
Have you got the nut upside down? Because it has nylon on one side of it. The nylon should be facing
Oh
down.
no, I got it. Okay. All right, it's on.
Okay. No, he needs the ratchet. Hang on.
Hold on.
You got the ratchet? Oh, okay, you got it. Hang on, Rick.
Okay. Okay. Good.
Alright. And that, my friends, is our primary bolts securing our new table to the floor. We're getting there. One step at a time, one bolt at a time.
Another one?
Now we just need somebody to do a body slam against it like they got hit by a wave and see if it'll stand up.
Not you. But it's still not bolted up here or anything, but remember it's going to be all through bolted into the cabinet and a couple more down on the floor. That's just the primary ones right now, so that's the ones that's going to hold it for the most weight if somebody hits it from the side. Cool. We're off to the races. We almost have a new table.
Very rare. He normally doesn't do this. He has us do it for him, but he felt guilty.
Yeah, but can you imagine the days before we had this shit? Can you imagine threading all these in by hand? Like, it's a job just holding on to this thing because it's putting a lot of torque. I got it in high torque and it's like, that wood is solid, man. Oops.
Whoop. That was synchronized.
What?
No, their hats going like this.
Oh, they bought that.
Oh, well, almost.
Notice he's working, has a drill in hand.
Okay, one more.
One more.
Don't make me hurt you. Hey, does that sound like anything you know?
Yeah, it does. It gives me nightmares of a dentist.
And it just needs to go inside of this one. There you go.
Okay, there we go.
Perfect. Una.
Esos,
Mm-hmm.
punta.
Oh,
La punta es.
nice.
Mask on.
Sí, esa.
Look at that.
That's good. And for putting stuff in and out of the shelves. And that should do. Same thing for one more, and then we just lay the board on here, screw it in from underneath, and it should be able to just fold down against the table. that's how this side sits. It's actually locked in good. It's not bad. When you want to use it, just pull it up. Finito. How's that?
Good.
2 thumbs up. Yeah, works good. I'm happy with that. So I think we'll wrap this project up for today because it's already 5 o'clock and that means it's time for vino on the bow. But you can see this was a great project to get bolted together and put down because there's a lot of heavy wood involved that was just floating loose in the cabin. So this way at least it's secure for our trip to Panama and we can resume the project once we arrive. Of course, we didn't want to risk having all this wood flying around when we go for our next test sail either. But now that we've resolved that issue, I think we're just about good to go. So thanks for watching, everyone. You know we appreciate it. We'll keep you updated about our trip to Panama, but in the meantime, see you in the next episode. Next episode, we have some squally weather arrive just after we have some new sailboats come into the anchorage. Of course, like they say, nothing good ever happens after dark. We had one squall went through and I could hear it whistling in the rigging and I came outside just wondering, okay, who's dragged? And of course, it wreaks havoc on the anchorage. Whoa! That's a foul anchor there, boys. What the?
Rick, please. I help him. Please.
Thank you.
Yeah, you got some serious stuff on that anchor. Okay, I'm just pushing forward a little bit.